one of those behind the scenes things that we have to go through. Our friends at OSF Healthcare are back here, and we're kicking off our Monday and our week with 100 years of OSF Healthcare. The celebration continues with the open house event that's set for Thursday, October the 23rd, and I'll be there 2 to 4, and you guys will be there 2 to 6.
Yes, we will. 2 to 6. Sister
Beata. Oh, did I do it?
You did it right.
Oh my God! So we were talking. This has been the third time, and I've not done well the first two. Sister Beata Ziegler joins us now, and we're really excited to have you on the show today because 100 years is a big deal for any organization. And whenever we're talking, especially with this event, it's right here close to home, and it's something we can all celebrate and truly be a part of.
Absolutely.
Fill me in on the fun. What are we going to see and witness on Thursday?
Well, as we looked over the past 100 years, we spent the first part of the year reflecting on the past, God's providence through all these years. And we also wanted to focus on moving forward. Mm-hmm. So on Thursday, October 23rd, our open house event, we will be really looking at what services we provide at St. Anthony's. So it will be, we'll have a lot of fun activities. We even have things that the kids can do, little photo booths and
that's awesome.
Some events for them. We have lots of giveaways, but really highlighting what our services are. And being able to thank the community.
Well, and that's what I think such a special part of this too is the fact that over especially the last couple of years, but over the last 100 for sure, you see all these advancements, and specifically right now, when folks for the last 20 years, it seemed like we were always driving across the river for a lot of tests and to get things done. You guys brought it right back here to our backyard.
Yes, that really is our goal, is to keep care close to home as much as we can, and we've been trying to really grow and advance our cardiology services. That's a service line we're trying to really work hard in. And of course, our oncology service line with OSF Moeller Cancer Center.
Well, and even, like the advancement of the wound care clinic and different things like that were, just really important that, we don't have to seek, different options for it. And it's really, really great to have. And now, you guys can be a part of this and have a chance to witness some of the departments featured at the open house event, and like OSF On Call, which is another great service.
Yeah, so OSF On Call is really growing in the offerings that they have. So it really is a digital service meant to help people who cannot maybe even get out of their homes, but for us to bring telemedicine to them and screenings and some of the basics so that they can see, what is my health like right now, no matter where they are. So
does On-Call help with the rural areas too and your rural patients?
We are growing into that more and more. So they take their van out to different events in different locations, and they can go about an hour's radius from St. Anthony's for our outreach at this time.
That's really cool.
The hope is to really expand that into primary care coming to the patients in their areas.
Well, and now leading into that too, and back here specifically to Alton with the Moeller Cancer Center, we talk about imaging a lot and the imaging services, and we can really dive into that because this is where I get excited, because I don't think we talk about it enough, the great work that's being done right there on College.
Yeah, so we have, OSF has made great investments in imaging services for us. We have a new MRI and a new CAT scan, both able to do much more advanced imaging and some new testing, doing breast and prostate MRIs, being able to really see much more detailed, and then going into even some cardiac imaging with the new CT scanner.
Well, and now, do you have a timeline or a little bit of just dates on when some of those machines were brought in and whenever you were able to make those upgrades? I'm kind of putting you on the spot with that.
Yeah, so MRI was around March. We came online with the new machine, and then CT was just at the beginning. It was at beginning of September.
But that's incredible. That's all within the last year, though.
Yes, all within the last year.
Well, and now what I think is really cool, and this is with just talking to all the staff too, and it's the fact that everyone's on the same page. And you see that with, all these really prestigious awards like the Magnet and with distinction, which is huge, and all the other recognitions that you all receive throughout the year. And when you're walking around the hospital or you're just communicating with, one of the staff members, what's the sense, especially this time, in this tenure at OSF Healthcare that makes it special?
Our mission partners really believe in what we're doing. I think one thing, when you walk into the halls of our hospital, you feel welcomed. That's what we hear across the board. Even if it's people from other OSF facilities, they're like, wow, what are you doing there? But it's a culture. And it's a culture that has been built over this 100 years that our mission partners really feel part of the mission. They really feel like they are Christ's hands and feet to those who come in. Well,
and you make a good point, with that 100 years, the tradition really never left. And that's where I think it's so important too, because a lot of times you lose sight of that over the years, and not intentionally, but just because time happens.
Yes. And I think it's, the sisters are still so present. We have about 13 of us between the sisters who are employed and those who volunteer in the health center. And that's a gift that not all hospitals have.
And now, how long have the Sisters of Martyr St. George been around?
Since the beginning.
So 100 years?
Yes,
too?
Yes. Well, our community overall started in 1869 in Germany.
That's incredible. So you guys came in right 100 years ago with OSF, with the hospital, and started it. That's incredible. And now, do you guys, as with the congregation, do you ever just sit back and reflect over that too, and just the history that the Martyrs of St. George have just right here in Alton, and just the web that you guys have had too, because just the times where maybe we have to go and say so long for now and go to a new location, but just the impact you make here in Alton, and then you take it with you if you go to a Boston or someplace else. I mean, it's all made right there, and that history is there.
That's true, because this is our provincial house where our leadership is, and it's home to all the sisters who are at different locations. So, we do reflect on, our past service and where we've been. And I've reflected a lot on the sisters who have gone before. And the work they've done, a lot of times very hidden, but yet that's what creates that foundation.
That's really cool. Well, why don't we do this? We're going to talk about a few more of the feature departments that will be there, and then we're also going to talk about a little bit more of the activities that the kiddos can do, and this that we can be a part of too. And one thing that I'm always fascinated to learn about is the sleep lab at OSF, because I'm having, obviously I just told you, we had a opportunity to sleep and we didn't take it, the 35 minutes last night with the baby. But with the sleep lab at OSF, what are you guys able to accomplish, and what have you seen just as that department continues to grow?
Yes. So, a lot of people have sleep apnea. So it is, so we have the opportunity for two different kinds of tests. There's the home studies, which a lot of times insurance wants you to do before you do an in-lab sleep experience. But we have 2 rooms set up very comfortably, like hotel rooms. Of course, you get all strapped up and everything for them to monitor you through the night. But it really does help people have a better quality of life when they are able to sleep through the night. And a lot of times when you have apnea, you don't even realize it.
Well, and now I'm sure that that service is highly frequented too, because I mean, just in my family, I know of a few people that have the machine and have to go through that. And do you see that department being highly trafficked?
Yes, yes. I think sometimes people, it's trying to schedule a visit in the middle of your busy life and knowing that you're sleeping somewhere else. But we really encourage people to make appointments, and we will help them through that.
Well, and now someone we just had on too a little bit ago was the New Vision Inpatient Detox Program, one of the representatives, and that's another great feature right here in our own backyard. We just had the Centerstone commercial on, and they've been a partner before, but what your guys' work is with when it comes to this and rehabilitation and starting that process is just remarkable too.
Yeah, so New Vision really allows, there is a high incidence of substance use here in this county and the surrounding area. And so to offer that ability for someone to say voluntarily, you know what, I want to make a change in my life, and here is a way we can medically assist you to go through that process, and then to find a long-term solution and long-term support in order to make those changes stick.
Well, and see, it's the support too. And what I think's so special about that is sometimes with these programs, that you get a kind of a great program, but there's not really an umbrella that can take care of you and wrap around you. And with OSF and that partnership, I mean, you're walking hand in hand, and you're really able to help these individuals, and it's truly just something special.
Yes, and it takes our whole community.
Yeah.
And so we're so grateful for our other community partners that work with us for the help and the health of our community.
Well, and, I'm sure one of the departments that a lot of folks have been a part of, or at least talk about, is the surgical services in some way, shape, or form, because you guys have really talented folks that are back there and surgeons that can do a whole litany of services. But what I think is really great, too, is the fact that it seems like anyone I talk to about scheduling these things, it's very efficient. It's not, getting put, a phone call on, all right, you're pushed back another 3 weeks or 4 weeks. And I think that's a really important part of that process, too. Yeah,
I think as a community hospital, that's also very important to us, that access is easy for our patients, that it's not, they don't have to wait, and and we can, if there's ever questions, they can call the hospital directly and talk to that department, because we can also do something on the back end to make that even more efficient.
Absolutely. Why don't we do this? Take a quick break. We'll come back and we'll talk about all the fun that can be had at the event. I'll be there from 2 to 4, and, well, everyone else will be there from 2 to 6. I might hang around. Who knows?
Hey, you might have that much fun.
I probably will. We're going to talk to a lot of the departments that are going to be there, and I think that's going to be really fun, too, to have everybody on site and really get to see the sights and sounds of it all. We'll take a quick break. 9:30 is the time on this Monday morning. The 13th day of October continues right after this on RiverBender.com, Roku TV.
With over 20 years of experience, Wilson's Tree Service has the expertise to handle all of your tree care needs. Licensed and fully insured, their team of experts are dedicated to providing reliable service. Plus, with a 24-hour emergency service line, Wilson's will always be there for you. Don't risk tackling that timber by yourself. Trust the local professionals at Wilson's Tree Service. Visit treeservicealtonil.org to get started today.
Discover Del Mar Public House, located in Godfrey's historic Clifton Schoolhouse. Enjoy bold flavors like homemade falafel, fish and chips, and rotating pasta favorites. Relax with local beers, half-price wine bottles, and summer poutine nights. The only thing missing is you. Open Wednesday through Sunday. Del Mar Public House, where great food, drinks, and friends come together. DelMarPublicHouse.com.
Do you need to declutter your space? Time to call me, the Queen of Junk. Since 1993, we have grown to be the leader in residential, commercial, and property management junk removal. At Sparks Junk Removal, we are eco-friendly. We recycle, donate, or repurpose items back into our community. Trash is our last resort to the landfill. Plus, with our all-inclusive service, our crews handle everything from labor to lifting and landfill fees. Give us a call or visit our website, sparksjunkremoval.net, to reclaim your space today.
When I got in the car accident at the ER, they gave me a prescription of hydrocodone. And over time, it took more medication to mask the pain. I moved over to drug seeking and found heroin and fentanyl. I went to the Centerstone rehab facility, and it was the best decision I ever made in my life. I have my own car, I have a job. There's nothing holding me back anymore.
When you need a project done right, on budget and on time, trust Gillahan Concrete. Gillahan handles every kind of project, big and small. Commercial, industrial, residential, from room additions and garages to patios, driveways, and more. Gillahan brings quality and experience to every job. Family owned with over 30 years of service to our community. Call today at 618-781-3914 or visit GillahanConcrete.com.
Accidents happen in a heartbeat, but lives change forever. Whether it's a car crash, workplace injury, medical malpractice, or wrongful death, you don't have to face the consequences alone. Keith Short and Associates brings over 33 years of experience and a reputation for fighting fiercely for your rights. For relentless representation that you can trust, call Keith Short and Associates at 618-254-0055 today for a free consultation.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com. back in 94, you know. Hook a speaker up to my soul. It sounds like the radio. Sounds like a damn good time. Soaking up some neon light. Well, it's a little bit of fiddle and a whole lot of country.
You know, welcome back, Daily Show. You couldn't hear that. I just had to vent a little bit. Sometimes my guests become my therapist, you know.
That's what
It happens.
what we're doing today.
No, 9:33 is the time, and we're coming back with OSF Healthcare. 100 years being celebrated next Thursday, the 23rd, and this is really just a great opportunity to come together and just celebrate such a great partner in our community. Because it's not just, you know, obviously the healthcare services alone. You guys choose to be out in the community and sponsor different organizations and really make sure that you guys say, hey, we're here.
Yes, absolutely. That is one of the reasons we're doing this.
Well, and now getting back into it, what are some of the departments that I haven't touched on yet that you'd like to highlight?
So one that we are constantly trying to grow is our primary care through the OSF Medical Group. And so we have more providers. I'm constantly giving tours to potential providers who, just more primary care docs.
Really cool.
That's something that we always need in the community. And so they will be there being able to highlight some of the new doctors that are coming to the area and going to be able to provide care.
Now, whenever you have a primary care provider in the OSF network and you're utilizing the other services, I'm sure, does it make like notes and everything else and just records a little bit easier too?
Yes, it's all in my chart.
Okay.
And so, yes, all of that ties together. And so it's really much easier to see the progression of your care.
That's what I was curious about, because I'm really not too familiar with how that process works. And what with the my chart, it's really from, we had an interview on this before. It's so organized. It's almost scary in a good way, you know?
Yes. And you can talk to your provider by just messaging through it.
It's just incredible. And another thing that's really a great addition is the prompt care service that you all provide. And that office on Godfrey Road might be busy, but you are not waiting that long. And every time I've had to use it, it's just been nothing but a pleasant experience.
Yes, we get very good reviews on the prompt care, and it allows anyone to come in whenever they're not feeling well, and you don't need a
Head to the
an
emergency
appointment.
room?
Yes, and to avoid the emergency room, because that's really, we want people to get the right level of care when they need it, and your emergency room services are, always going to be more expensive and probably some longer wait time. So prompt care is really a good choice for a lot of different situations.
100%. And it's just something great to highlight, because really over the 100 years, you guys just keep growing. And when you add departments and services like this, it really makes it so much easier to keep, opening up the door and say, hey, I need to check up on my health today. Yes. And the other thing that's great too throughout the year, the screenings that you guys provide for the community too.
Yes, absolutely. So our community health needs assessment is something that we do every 3 years, and we just say, what are the top health needs in our area? And cancer is just really high on the list of needs for people in Madison County. And so this week we are having a girls' night out as part of our breast cancer awareness month. But we're open from 4 to 6 on Thursday night for people to come on in. You can call and get an appointment during that time, but just to get to get a mammogram.
Well, and honestly, so important to do so. And and just the conversations we've had, I'm sure it's getting less frequent, but still the folks, and just like all of us do, we push things off because we're busy or something happens, and it really is important to go and get that checked regularly. Correct?
Yes. As with any cancer, the sooner you catch it, the more the higher your survival rate is. Absolutely,
and that's 4 to 8, correct?
Yes, 4 to 8 on this Thursday, the 16th.
And now, do we need to register for this?
If they could call early, that would be great. And the number's 618-474-6791.
And then what do we need to bring with us whenever we go?
Insurance cards, if you have them, and just your contact information.
Oh, really good. And it's just really great that you guys do those things, though, because, again, it's just one of those community services that are really important and could really change a lot of lives and help so many folks.
Yes, absolutely.
Well, and with that being said, as we come back and wrap up with the open house, it's set for Thursday, October the 23rd from 2 to 6 p.m., and this is going to be at OSF St. Anthony's Health Center. Where at in the building is it going to be at?
If you come in the main entrance, that's where we'll have our welcome table set up. We'll have a fun spin the wheel opportunity to win some different Jubilee or other OSF swag, and then we'll have a map and a passport to send you around the hospital to different locations.
This is incredible, and this will be fun too. And now, can the whole family be a part of this?
Yes, absolutely. So kids are welcome. We'll have some photo booth things set up. We'll also have some live music. We're going to have a candy apple bar.
That's
and
cool.
some fun other fall-like
You shouldn't have told me that, because now I know where our booth's going to be set up at.
Right. We'll be right in the smack dab in the middle.
Who's doing the music?
So Jerry Lavick, one of our community council members, is going to
Really
provide
cool.
some piano music for us.
That's awesome. And then anything else too that you want to highlight?
Really just to get to know all of our services.
Yeah.
I think that's the big, and to see, so I really hope we get a lot of mission partners from the past who maybe haven't been around for a while, because we still have so many mission partners who have worked there for years. Maybe this is a great opportunity for them to come back and see people they haven't seen in a long time, like a homecoming.
Well, and that's what I think so cool too, is you're right. You guys have been such a provider that, there's been generation upon generation of resident of Madison County and Alton and you name it, throughout the Metro East that's been a part of OSF. So to all come back and together would be a really cool picture to kind of to paint too. That would be awesome.
Yes.
So with that being said, we got to see you and everyone else a part of your family for the Candy Apple Bar. There will be some maybe some caution tape around that, because I'll be over there and that could be a problem. But we're going to be there too, and I think it's so cool. That's why we talked about the departments today, because we're going to meet some of those folks throughout the 2 hours that we're out there with you guys. And while you're touring, you can also get some pretty cool stuff from the partners, correct?
Yes, all the departments will have different giveaways and things that are useful and hopefully fun too.
Really cool. And then what's the wheel that you were telling me about that we can spin?
So each person can spin the wheel. We have different Jubilee items. So we have some shirts and mugs and some other OSF gear, umbrellas and things like that people can win.
I'm in. I'll see you there on Thursday, October the 23rd, and we'll see all of you there too. From 2 to 4, I'll be on the air from 2 to 6. Well, we'll all be having fun at OSF St. Anthony's, celebrating 100 years. And also this Thursday, what time again?
That one is from 4 to 8 for the Girls' Night Out.
And is that at the Muller Cancer Center?
Actually, I believe they come in just the main entrance and go up to mammography.
I'm glad I asked.
Yeah.
With that being said, we'll take a quick break. We'll link everything in a write-up on RiverBender.com, and we'll see you next Thursday at OSF St. Anthony's for the 100-year celebration. Come back with more Daily Show next.